Before then, Holaday Mason is going to read for us. She is the author of 6 collections of poetry: Towards the Forest, Dissolve, The Red Bowl, A Fable in Poems, the She series, A Venice Correspondence with Sarah Maclay, The Weaver's Body, As If Scattered was published by Giant Claw Press in October of 2024, so it's really new. Nominated for 3 pushcarts, her publications include Hotel America, Spillway, Pool, Poetry International. She's frequently anthologized, was a finalist for the Dorset Prize. She has served as poetry editor of Mental Shoes, Furious Pure magazine, and Echo 681, an anthology of the Beyond Baroque Wednesday night workshop, which she has led, as well as several generative events. Ms. Mason is also a photographer, orchestrating surrealistic scenes that underscore the mysteries of aging and being part of the natural world. If you would like to reach out and say hi to her, you can do so at holaday.mason or at her website, and I will be putting that in the chat while she reads. The floor is yours, Holaday. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Judy. So much work. Thank you, everybody. I loved the poems, Jenny. They're so lush and, well, sorry, magical. They're really, really juicy and yummy. And so I'm going to read a lot from the new collection, and it needs a little bit of preface. The collection is organized with what I call core poems and informal erasures. The informal erasures precede the core poem in the text, but when I'm reading, I find it doesn't quite make sense. It does on the page, like a translation. So you'll hear that poem, and then I'll take a tiny pause and go to the erasure poem. And then depending on time, we'll see what happens. A couple of things from this and that. Is there anything else? Well, thank you again. The earth then sealed. We fly above a patchwork cloaked with purple wildfire smoke. Topographies erased. We fly over the flat plains to the breadbasket belly where rivers once flowed before the sky froze, dried the earth, then sealed it, soil blown off in the terrors of our new weather. We fly over the land where my parents courted. What is that town down there? As if the will you marry me myth magically transforms to the lasting stewardship of love. We fly over the Blue Ridge, the protest dirges of coal miner bones reaching up deep shafts where corporate opium ripped my brother from this world. We fly over my beloved's mother, sealed in a carriage house of survival, those places where we store our elders while they wait for their big moment. We fly over what's seen, but we've forgotten. Lake Erie, the shriveled blue of a failed essential organ. We fly above highways and train tracks, every crossroad marked with skulls and bones, the dinosaur teeth of untamed terrains gone. We fly through cloud houses above violence, where every town is starved for rain. Some believed it was all theirs to claim. Trees and boulders and measured cages of barbed wire. We fly over our ancestral graves, over our own spectral lives. We stare out the windows and wish we could fly backwards, searching for any point we could turn it around. No one can locate the drop-offs, the exits, so we wait for our big moment together. We will not have long to wait. Cloaked in purple wildfire smoke, we forget the exits, stare out the windows at cloud houses of survival marked by teeth. Some wanted every inch. Stone wolves. Waking afraid, we stagger to the doorway, and as if we're both still simple children, we embrace in the spotlight of street lamp. Our night robes whisper against our skin as we offer incantations to ward off the cachets of blue ghosts streaming around the globe, ensnared in nightmares. In the aftermath of their furious shadows, we see the world is already ash. 5 planets align on the glass night, their light threadbare. Still, the firmament absorbs everything, so we believe it could forgive us for having made love to stone wolves. Still, just simple children, we uncover cachets of nightmares. Stolen light whispers in the aftermath. A COVID Christmas card. A COVID Christmas card. Last night, I had a bad temper and no face. At daybreak, my love runs to the ocean, weaves under, over, under, through the waves, a choir of pelicans overhead. A dog chases surf. The tide rises to the sandcastle's apex, floods the moat, then the structure. Last night I had bright chest pain, crushed blood cherries in my ribs. This is a winter of terror and grief. I am a cut-out doll against the sky. A landscape of storm creeps in. My love mounts the swells, surfs little slices of feigned immortality. Last night I had blooms, then petals, lungs full of peonies flying loose, lifted me off the mattress and bits of collage, paper torn from newspaper clippings, headlines, the doctor named Never, dark banks of thunder in my ribs. Last night I had a lavish cloud, but this morning my love stands easy on a Christmas red board and freezing rides one flash of pure perfection. We may live in the vault here, but the sea never conforms. I bury my legs in cold sand. A sudden shock of sunlight on my neck is a shawl. A sudden shock of winter in my ribs. I am a bad temper, no face. But love mounts the waves in one flash, a choir of pure perfection. No one dreams we are on fire. Alive and cold, wet grass and stones on our feet, we take up our journals of smoke. Another war because someone wants what others have. Snakes shimmer up my arms as I try by firelight to resume the exam of living in the face of so much gore. Someone wants to paint the stars black. None of us can correctly imagine what other lives are like. Even thousands of miles away, the trees smell blood, try to warn us. The chronicles stammer on. The day, the date, the year. The last of the moon lies on her back, tethered helplessly to the sun. Our outlines smear into each other. Your hands are made of every husband. Clasped together, our hands are made of every one. The trees smell blood. The journals of smoke stammer onto the last of the moon. Your hands shimmer. I neglected to say the book is in 3 parts, and the first part are love poems for senior citizens, which I am lucky enough to be one of. Ancient as always. Look how my hands are steady, not a shake yet, no tremor. The daylight arrives, reads the abacus. The eras behind are pentaminty. We are always almost old until we are in our personal, imperfect homes of skin. So I protect this shared hydrangea bed where I count your vertebra as if counting oracle runes, casting oracle runes, running my fingers over ancestral land masses of yarrow, goldenrod, where once you were a bearded god, a giant groundswell, my fighting companion with unassailable, perfect teeth and baritone growls. But now my gait, slower with my black oak cane, ensures I won't bellow, won't win this always war. Neither will you. Nobody does. The daylight arrives. My hands are a giant groundswell. I run my fingers over oracles. We are imperfect in our skin. I'm going to switch gears, I think, and read out of an older collection. And you were asking about the mixture of visual art and the auditory forms of downloading. And I found I have a lot of poems that are concerning photographs. This is called Camera Birthday 2005. If you own a camera and keep good records, will you disappear more slowly? The crooked palm trees' shadows lie to the street. Shadows are illusions of touch. Nothing touches the ground except an absence of light. This is David Street. You don't know David, but that doesn't matter. Someone's grown lobelia up tiled porch steps. The people who live here walk over purple. We walk over heaven. Kiwis in the distance drop with a sound like moonrise. There must be a tree for this to occur. I can neither see nor hear either, but they're there, their dusty leaves caressed by air. As I pass David's house, a passing thin woman tells her girlfriend's child, I am going to work. I work at the coffee bean. I sell coffee. I stand on my feet all day. They do not see me. I am a wall. Light does not go through me, but gathers cumulatively like memories. I once had a cowboy with a chest like slate. We fucked repeatedly, rocking his one-room tin trailer anchored with a chain to grained granite boulders high above the San Joaquin. The airstream grew salmon-hued with heat until the metal itself seemed a skin wet with sweat or weeping. There was no love, so inevitably we bored. Now he has no face. It's just a crinkled, dirty, snake-banded hat, lean, dark brown hips, a tarnished buckle. I don't know his name, so I'll call him Flower. Now I am an open door. Light seems to go right through me, as do the hours. It's all flowers blooming somewhere, hunger briefly fending off death. The delicious, hungry sun fondles flowers, wooed flowers, corked flowers, whore flowers, turning upended toward the sky. Cover me with sunflowers, any flowers, torture them, torment the blue bonnets, cut bouquets of old gold roses and throw them in my grave. All flowers must sing under sea and soil like infants. Salt from the cowboy's neck might still be inside of me. An image of his hatband is. I turn on the balls of my feet. You were a child before. Now you are an open window. My name exists only until I and or you forget it. Flowers are everywhere, and the sun. Let me see. I don't know where I am with time. I'll read a couple more and then a couple more from the new book. Of course, I need to promote that new book. But here's another kind of photography poem. It's called Concerning Various Birds. The photo was taken after my mother began to grow deaf. She's ahead of me on the trail through the dinosaur ferns at Orcas Lake. We had just quarreled over what I don't know, the subject forgotten, but not the fact. We must have hurt each other badly enough to want to part. Watching her between the slim white elbows of sun-blanched pine, hands clasped behind her back, chin tilted straight as the plow of a little ship plowing through waves of gravity in her robes of silence, tiny body disappearing into the framework of the old forest she left me. And this was as credible to me as any kind of love. The Ochre farms of Winter, Wisconsin still have my mother's heart, even from the distance of a lifetime. Watching her, I wondered if she ever recalled the creak of her father's footfall at night, the curdle of red wine. As I imagined it, there were accidents of sort, then bath water running. No one talked about it in the morning, but what never gets said can still be heard. Perhaps she needed her dreams of snow. Snow is quiet. I remember the birds were loud that day. Crows, red-sided towhees, blue jays. She couldn't hear them, or my camera snapping right after I'd run hard to catch her. She was mad. She walked fast and thinking herself in a private world, she was farting like a train of quacking ducklings. I caught her arm, turned her to face me, and shouted out one word, ducks. Recognition is like a satellite circling two worlds, she and I, and when our mouths open wide, we laughed all the birds right out of the sky. Can't cry and read, just doesn't work. I'm going to go back to a couple of the poems, the love poems, and then close out soon. Tiptoeing. When you lay your head between my breasts, you're always whistling, seeing only rosy mountains. Sometimes it's just a matter of momentum skirting what can't bear close examination. Midsummer is behind us, a leaping wild fox. Go ahead and holler off key. My red lipstick dispels a lot. I too pray not to panic at the moment of death. We align ourselves with both horizons, two jeweled birds who whip a filthy puddle into rainbow pinwheels. Come close to me, my love, close as you can. When you get here, I will make you something nice. Between both horizons, affection sees only my red lipstick. I already said fuck once, and so did Jenny, so I'm going to read this poem. And lizards are always dreaming. You're all the beautiful boys of youth, lying like lizards on granite grottos, warm and tan. The boys I never fucked, too pink and plump to be what they desired. You're honey crisp, not melancholy. So yes, I leapt over dread in my worn out shoes, still good enough to go. You're not afraid of the lakeside charnel grounds and the cottonwood grove crumbled with drought, scarlet foxgloves, bent and thirsty, where I scattered my dead, danced nude on their graves as a fisherman came with first light, threw out his line, never even saw me. But you see, and we listen as birds talk to the trees, who talk to the wolves, who tell us their secrets. You are every beautiful boy of my youth, supple, easy, loose muscled after swimming the rapids, and I, composed, dress in blood to bring you a basket of stars, every last one of them exploding. You're all the beautiful boys swimming the rapids, never fucked, too pink, honeycrisp, nude at first light when the birds talk to the trees.
Right. Oh, wonderful. You've been great. I just love these poems and your presentation, just incredible.